Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So in this video,
Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater have reportedly broken up, and she has allegedly already gone out on a date with Aaron Taylor Johnson, who is married to Sam Taylor Johnson. And many people believe that he was groomed into his marriage because his wife is so much older than him and met him when he was a teen. Many people have suggested in the comments that Ariana Grande is a man stealer and that she should go after Aaron Taylor Johnson because so many people want to see him out of that relationship. And the blind item reads, every Reddit user who loves this married three-name actor might actually get their wish. Word is he grabbed lunch last week with the A-list singer and actress. And again, this is allegedly Ariana Grande going out on a date with Aaron Taylor Johnson and people wishing that he would leave his wife. And the related headline reads, Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater's alleged wedding plans are over amid toxic relationship claims. Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater have reportedly called off their wedding plans, and their relationship has gotten somewhat quote-unquote toxic.
Thank you. Next, thank you. Next, thank you. Next. Also, for my ex, thank you. Next. That's all I could think about. As a lot of people are coming for her, calling her homewrecker, and she should be held accountable, and she knew she was not going to go through with it, and she decided to go in a relationship with a married man. Others are saying, well, the man is the one that's supposed to be held accountable because he's the one that left his whole family to be with her, in spite of knowing everything about her. She even sings about it. And they are saying that he thought he was going to be the exception to the rule. Now, there was one of these ladies who said she wanted to know everything. She wanted to see some of these men coming out and talking about how she led them on, how she love bombed them, how, she was breadcrumbing and all that. She just wants to know. And to be honest, I want to know that too, because how is she getting you guys to leave your whole families to come be with her? That's to be studied. And on the other hand, a lot of people are also happy and are urging her to go in a relationship with this other guy, this new guy, okay? They want her to get in a relationship with this guy because they're saying that he was groomed. So if they are dating, people are happy about it. But let me know what you think. Let's get into it quickly.
Ariana Grande left that man with a fresh divorce, a horrible reputation, zero chance of ever booking another role again, and a child he can see every other weekend now. That's what I'm talking about.
The Ariana Grande discourse is so funny to me because all of the fans are sitting there like, yeah, we're all the kids at the cookout and your aunt or your mom brings home a new guy and he's having the best time because our family's just fun. It's fun over here, right? But all the kids are looking at him like, you are not going to be here long, buddy. Do y'all even remember her husband's name? I don't. He was famous, right? Like, I don't think so. I don't know. And it doesn't really matter because this woman's soulmate is not a man. It's that work. It's that music. And this is exactly why I wish our society would decenter romantic relationships, because a lot of y'all are like her. You view these relationships as entertainment. It's unfulfilling. Her soulmate is that work. Some of y'all soulmate is that book you need to start fucking writing. Is that creative endeavor. Is teaching. Right? Or friendships. Right? Decentering the romantic of it all. A lot of these people you come across are using relationships as entertainment. And that's okay. Right? Everybody just needs to have better tools to express that. And better tools to recognize that. A lot of y'all need to come across these people and do a better job of just being present with them and enjoying your time with them. Because that time is going to run out. You know what I mean? She hits that 8-month mark, she's done. She's done. She's got to get out. She can't feel stuck. I feel her. That's how I feel when I date men too. You know what I mean? But all these men think they're the exception. It's like, oh, it's not going to be me leaving wives, fiancés, girlfriends, babies at this point. You genuinely can't believe that you are the exception with her, right? Like, I get these people. You have the best connection with them because, I'm sure she's an interesting human being. She talks about things so deeply. I think she cares about things deeply, right? She's very talented, very hardworking. We've seen the studio sessions. But just because she's like that ball of light that makes you feel good, that doesn't mean you're the exception. That doesn't mean you're special. maybe it just means that person's special. Do you get what I'm saying? I can't feel bad for these men. Uprooting her past isn't a secret. Uprooting your whole life, ruining your family, thinking you're gonna be the exception for Ariana Grande. That delusion, that's the type of delusion that gets us on the moon. That's the type of delusion that, cures cancer. See, and that's why I say y'all need to decenter romantic relationships and put that delusion elsewhere. Where would our society be if romantic relationships were decentered and y'all left those people alone, right? Be present with them. Enjoy your time with them. Enjoy that connection, right? But, our society is just so gung-ho about keeping people as mine. You're mine. I'm sure he sat there and told her, I left my wife and kid for you. Like, we have to work this out. No. I don't know why you would fucking do that. I feel like all of us were looking at that relation. We're looking at that couple. Like, dude, you're stupid. And girl, we see you. I don't condone home wrecking, but at the very least, she definitely doesn't expect to live a long, happy life with these men. She's in that, what this is. Everybody does. But y'all still uproot your lives for her. We'll see who the next dumbass is.
At this point, I don't even care that Ariana be doing whatever Ariana be doing, right? Like, we know at this point it is a pattern. She likes a thrill. She likes a chase. She likes to have men that don't need to be had, and she don't want to keep nobody because she don't want to be kept. We know all of that, right? At this point in time, I just need a man to run his mouth about her. I'm sorry. I need a chatty patty. I need one of these exes to come out and just start it. Just release it. Just release the tapes. Tell me what she was saying to you. Tell me how you got her. Tell me how you felt bamboozled and hoodwinked and led astray. Tell me how she was love bombing you and then she pivoted and after a while she started breadcrumbing. Tell me the process, because she is doing this to everybody at this point. And I'm so sorry. Like, somebody is gonna be like, this is so misogynistic. You're just blaming her. That lady is not innocent. That's the shadow man. If we being honest, like, we have to be real about who Ariana Grande is. These are patterns. Okay, she is a villain in pink with a ponytail. And it's time for these men to come out and be like, no, this is how she had me. This is how she got me. This is why I've been quiet. It's voodoo and sorcery and trickery in that cat. And somebody needs to just come out and say it. Because she about to have another man in 6 to 8 months. And that one might have a girl right now.
Already seeing the Ariana Grande and Aaron Taylor Johnson rumors and all that. And I'm going to stop you right there. I just want to remind you that his wife, or the woman that he was married to, who knows at this point, was 42 years old, directing the movie that he was acting in. He was 18. The year after, they were engaged, which makes her 43 and him 19. The year after, baby on the way. He became a father at 20. His wife was 43 years old. I don't want to hear the home wrecking stuff. I don't want to hear it. Some homes deserve wrecking. This one particular has a groomer living inside. I think we're okay. Let her do. Just leave it alone. Shh. Shut up. Shut up about this one, please. If anything, this is a public service. I've watched enough SVU episodes to know that Olivia Benson would have arrested that woman. And that tells me everything I need to know. We're fine. Everything's fine. This is a public service for good. This one, for good. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. There's a groomer living in this house. It should have been wrecked quite a few years ago. Everyone's gonna be okay.
The fact that this man blew up his entire marriage, his family, left his wife and baby for Ariana Grande for a temporary relationship, all knowing her history and the way that she operates, is absolutely crazy to me. But what's more crazy to me is I am still seeing people defending Ariana Grande and saying that it's him. He's the one who did it. He's the one who stepped out on his wife and family. And that is entirely true. But what I find insane is that when women actively know that you are a married man, You have a child, a very young infant at the time of this entire situation. And these women somehow get a free pass. Like, well, no, he's the one who did it. It's all him. Why do we allow women to get away with it? Now, this judgment has absolutely nothing to do with Ariana's talent. I don't think anybody can debate how talented she is. But is her talent what's keeping her in Hollywood completely okay? Nobody cares. People still hire her. People still want her actively in things, and allowing her to get away with this insane behavior. Now, would he have left his wife regardless? Probably. He obviously was seeking out the grass is always greener on the other side, and he now sees that he completely fed up. Does that mean he wants to be with his wife and child? Probably not. Selfish people don't look at shit like that. But again, I cannot help but go back and think, okay, so he's selfish. We know that about him. Why aren't more people talking about how deeply insecure Ariana Grande has to be? She has to be so entirely insecure to always go for married men. And not only that, but cheat on the current men she's with, right? Like, we all can collectively see that this comes from a place of insecurity, right? I just swear this shit lives rent-free in my head because I cannot understand it. I mean, the first thing I couldn't understand is, no offense, but his physical look. Like, that just does not even scream somebody that one of the most famous singers would even want to go for someone like this. And I know that sounds super vain, and I know that that sounds wrong, and we shouldn't kind of judge a book by its cover. And I'm not saying that. If he was a single man, that is a totally different situation. But he was married, and he had a baby. So yeah, I'm going to judge his looks, and the two do not pair up. It doesn't even make sense to me. So what this says to me is that Ariana gets some kind of thrill out of seeing men with other women and basically being like, I can get whoever I want. I mean, babe, this was the easiest get, and it's sad. And it's sad because you broke up a family. Why would you want that on your resume? I want to hear from you guys. Why do you think it seems like Ariana just gets these free passes to do whatever she wants in her relationship and still is one of the biggest artists that we know, out a ton of backlash, and in fact, still a lot of support?
Who are we supposed to feel sorry for? Ethan Slater? The man who blew up his family for a maneater? We all knew she was a maneater. Why didn't you? Because if I was about to blow up my entire life, walk away from my wife and my very, very young child, I would at least make sure that the person I'm doing it with wasn't a maneater. Why didn't you do that? The woman literally has a song called Thank You Next. Another song where she says, break up with your girlfriend because I'm bored. What did you think was going to happen? Listen, if you ask me, the only reason she went after Ethan Slater in the first place was because Jonathan Bailey doesn't swing that way. Because if not, he would definitely be the first contender. On to the next SpongeBob.
Ariana Grande is one of my favorite man-eaters because she is restoring balance to the world. I mean, for every pick-me who wants to get picked, I wish there are 10 Arianas who are just out there wrecking havoc. Because I'm like, she left that man. It hasn't even been a few months and she left that man. Wicked 2 isn't even out yet and she left that man. I love this for her. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And I actually love this for him because he left his wife, his kids, and now she left you. Anyways.
What I think a lot of you don't understand about Ariana Grande is that she is not afraid to move on. She's not afraid to admit when she has outgrown someone, a relationship, a situation. And I think that bothers a lot of people. I think it triggers a lot of people because a lot of people stay in relationships where they're unhappy, where they feel unfulfilled, but where they're comfortable. Change seems too scary. The unknown seems too scary. So they just cling to what they know, even though it makes them unhappy. Ariana Grande, she's not gonna be the one doing that. And I think most of us knew that that man, Ethan Slater, wasn't endgame. He's a part of her Wicked lore. And now her Wicked era is coming to an end. So that man, he has served his purpose. And now we're moving on to the next chapter. And I can't wait to see our next chapter. I think it's inspiring. Good for you, Ari. Like, keep doing what's best for you.
People are mad at Ariana Grande for breaking up with Ethan Slater, but like no one told him to leave his wife and the kids for her. And the crazier part of it is like, he literally deserves this. Like, what do y'all want her to do? Do y'all genuinely want to see her stay with a man who left his wife and kids? I personally feel like that would be tragic and she could do a lot better. Like, did we not want to see her do better than Ethan Slater? You cannot call yourself an Ariana Grande fan if you are not aware of her track record with men. She does not keep them around for long. They have a shelf life. If your best friend told you that she was dating a man who left his wife and family to be with her, you'd probably look at her like she was crazy and tell her to leave. I feel bad that Ariana cannot get a break with her dating life being so public, and especially after Mac Miller passed, she actually received a lot of hate because people blamed her for him unaliving. I just think it's crazy how no matter what the man does, y'all will always find a way to blame the woman.
Yeah, personally, like he said, I mean, what would you tell a friend like that? Like, if I had a friend and I found out that she was dating a married man, and this married man decided to leave his entire family to be with her, what I'm going to tell her in the beginning of that relationship is, you lose them the same way you get them. Okay, that's the first thing I'm going to tell her. I'm going to tell her to stop, before it starts. But if she doesn't listen because she's an adult and she decides to do that, right? And I find out later that, because I'm assuming in the middle of that, we probably won't be talking much because she won't be happy with me, telling her not to do what she wanted to do, right? So if I found out later on that she and that guy had some sort of a toxic relationship, didn't go through with the marriage or whatever it was, or the relationship, yeah. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be, because at the end of the day, he's going to do the same thing to you, He's going to do the same thing to you. So if you have finally learned and you decide to leave, hey, who am I to judge? The only crazy part is that he left his whole family. That's the other thing. With men like that, they're going to hold that over your head forever. They're going to always remind you, you made me leave my family to come be with you. You made me leave my children to come be with you. You made me leave this job opportunity to come be with you. And now look, it's almost like you always owe them because they did something for you. So the quicker you can leave, the better. Okay? I don't condone home wrecking, and I'm not going to tell you to go into a relationship with a man that is married and has kids. Absolutely not. Don't do it. I've always said that. Don't do it. Nah. Not only is he going to do that to you, but it's too messy. Okay? When you can find a guy who doesn't have the wife, doesn't have the kids, is single, and you can start a life with them. No, that's not me. I don't play like that. Don't do it. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, I get it if you're young and you want to do whatever, but if you're old and you know what is going on, that's the last advice I'm going to give to you. Unless we all know that, he's divorced, he's single, and you don't mind being a stepmom to his kids and so on and so forth. That's a different story. But definitely, I don't condone this. But then again, if it happens and she decides to leave, oh well, it's just that the man should have known better. And he should have chosen better. And I'll keep saying that. Choose better. Like, you need to find out about your boyfriends and girlfriends' past and what they do. It says a lot about them. And yes, you could be the exception to the rule, but they could do the same thing to you. Okay? But anyway, I'm going to leave it here. You leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments, and I'll see you again in the next one. Take care of yourselves and one another. Bye.